Hey everybody. I look at a lot of sports, a lot of football, a lot of basketball. I just watch a lot of things, news and things that are going on in the sports world. And the amazing thing about, what's going on right now is I was looking at some things, about what's his name, Shannon Sharpe. He's a Hall of Famer. I think they just put his brother in the Hall of Fame recently. And, what amazes me about this, Shannon Sharpe and this whole, court case and the female he was messing with and all this other stuff is that, folks like Shannon Sharpe will be the first people to come online and, he has a big podcast, but it's folks like that come online and they're always speaking about everybody's, situation and what athletes should do and how they should conduct themselves and, all this other stuff. But people like Shannon Sharpe fail to look in the mirror. And, I've heard, like I said, this is allegedly, but I've heard that, he's been fired at ESPN. I mean, there was a video that came out. I didn't watch the video yet, but, folks are talking about the video online and, I think he refuses to apologize and, just a bunch of mess. And the thing about it is, the whole situation it's really sad if you think about it, and it should be a lesson to other athletes and just folks in general. But for a man with his status to, sit up and basically, mess with the woman that he messed with is insane. I mean, out of all the women that he could marry or date, he chose, like I said, you've seen the reports. I don't need to go into detail, but he chose the female that he messed with. And I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I don't know what was going on in his mind, especially for somebody that, has the nerve to give a lot of athletes advice and how they should carry themselves and what they should do and, how they, should, can improve and all this other stuff. But, he's no better than the folks he was talking about. And, because he, had this situation with this woman, it's led to him being fired from ESPN. It's also led to him losing, a lot of, different opportunities in the future. And, it's a mess. And it just goes to show you how some of the folks that are quick to give advice are, living double lives. And, some of the stuff they put out on TMZ, I think TMZ, they put out some phone call or something like that between him and that woman he was messing with, or it's crazy. It's crazy. And, I really am lost for words. And I think to be honest with you, I think he's one of the most foolish athletes probably in history, one of them, to be going over, to have this happen to you. And it's not like he's a rookie. It's not like he's some young guy out there. Like he's over 40 in making mistakes that somebody who's, 20 years old would make. It doesn't make any sense. And I think that hopefully a lot of other athletes, I don't care if you play hockey, baseball, basketball, whatever you play. If you're a male athlete, hopefully you look at his situation and you learn something from it, because it's ridiculous that a man over 40 that's experienced, that supposed to have a lot of wisdom, is conducting himself like somebody who's maybe 23 years old. So in the comment section, let me know how you feel about Shannon Sharpe and this whole situation. And, I just think he's, I don't know what to say, but just let me know how you feel about Shannon Sharpe in the comment section. Thank you.